On this week's episode of The War Against Weeds, we talked about weather and mesonets. Sarah, what were your takeaways?
So we had two great guests. We had Daryl Ritchison from NDAWN, which would be the North Dakota Mesonet, and Chip Redmond from the Kansas Mesonet. And they talked about a wide range of weather-related topics. We talked a little bit about kind of the history and the background of Mesonets. So, really, these are pretty extensive networks that have really come about in the last 45 years or so. 40, probably closer to 40 years. So a lot of advances very quickly. Um, we talked a lot about how these weather stations generate data that is useful for herbicide applications. So we touched on inversions. We spent some time talking about delta T. We talked about the importance of in-field measurements to verify mesonet observations for applicator purposes. And then we kind of wrapped up just talking in general about some of the limitations and kind of how the Mesonets work and how they get the data that they bring to us. So all in all, a great conversation, I thought.
Yeah, and the focus was related to pesticide applications, but I'd say we went far beyond that. So for anyone in agriculture who wants to know how these things work and how they can work for you, we had a pretty in-depth discussion. So I would encourage everyone to check it out and check out next week's episode as well on the War Against Weeds.